What's going on, you guys? It is Deputy Dane. I'm a deputy here in Oklahoma. And some of you might have seen me on TikTok. Some maybe not. But I plan on doing a series of these videos answering questions that are too long for me to answer in my lives on TikTok. Or I can't really go into depth on making a video on TikTok because the videos are 1 minute long. So I figure I'll do a small series of videos on here answering a lot of the questions that I get on there. One of the main ones I get is, how can I get into law enforcement? Well, what you're going to do, best thing I can tell you before you apply to any agency is look at a couple agencies in different area or in the area that you're looking for. Contact those agencies, figure out what their requirements are to apply. A lot of them you can go online onto their website and it'll give you the details. Some of your smaller agencies, you'll actually have to friend them on Facebook and they'll link how to apply on Facebook. And if they're not hiring right now, try to look for an old post. A post that'll give you pretty much what they're looking for. You know, the old post will tell you, hey, you need this, this, and this to apply. And this is what we're looking for. Something like, some require you to have a bachelor's degree, some don't. Once you do that, it'll get you into a process where you can actually see what they're needing. Once you see what they're needing, also look at their mission statement. Look what they're about. You might already have an agency in mind that you say, I really want this agency. This is my dream agency. And I'm all about that, but you might not get that agency right off the bat. You might get an agency, like let's say you want to work for a city, and you have this city you want to work for, but the county's hiring right now, or less people are applying for that county. Don't be scared to put your foot in the water by applying for that county just to kind of get yourself started and in the profession. Because they might send you to get certified and get you ahead of it, and then all you have to do is later, when you can apply for the agency you want, you've already got your certification, you already got your experience, and it's going to help you. That being said, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to follow their process when applying. It might be, turn an application on Facebook, might be turn an application in person, it might be go to that agency in person, grab a background packet and fill it all out and take it back. Once you get done taking it back, they're going to go through it, they're going to look at stuff, they're going to kind of scour to see if you're worth taking the next step. The next step is either going to be a physical or a written test, and some days they are done on the same day. You just have to look what the physical requirements are. Some of them are a 1.5 mile run, where others are an obstacle course. You just got to kind of look and see what they're wanting. They'll normally give you in a packet, they'll explain to you what the test will be. After that, or before that, you'll take the written test, which is normally like your general IQ test, pretty much like your general high school equivalency test, kind of like an ASVAB for the military. You'll take those. If you pass both of those, you'll go into some interviews. You'll go into an interview, and then if you pass that interview, you'll go to another interview. Pass that interview, then you'll normally go to a board review, which is several people in the interview process that are in the process of hiring you. They're going to ask you questions like, what made you want to get into law enforcement? What made you want to become a police officer? Answer truthfully. Don't just answer what you think they want to hear. They don't want that. They hear that on all the time. To protect and serve my community and be everything that you want me to be. Don't do that. Do what it is to you. If you witnessed domestic violence growing up and you want to prevent kids from ever seeing domestic violence, say that. I use my sense of humor. I want to be able to put a smile on people's faces in the worst times that they're having. Something along those lines. Make it personable. Don't just say to protect and serve my community because I know that's what you want to hear. Even if, that might be what you're wanting. Be honest. I saw your recruiting video and I saw guys were playing out a helicopter. And I'd say it looks pretty cool. Use that if you want to. Be honest. Don't lie. Tell them the truth. So then another question they'll ask is, just general questions. I'll give you scenarios, stuff like that. Just answer those the best of your ability. Practice these interview questions. Practice, practice, practice. If you don't get hired the first time, don't worry about it. A lot of people don't. But the good thing is, you know the type of questions they're going to ask. So then you can kind of start studying those questions and be confident in the answers. You know, just once you know them, you can just spout them off when they ask you. So what made you be in law enforcement? Well, I want to be in law enforcement because I was a child of domestic violence. I witnessed my mother get beat, and that's something that I want to prevent other children from having to experience. You know, just being able to spew it out, make it easy. So then let's say you get through the interview questions. Next, you're going to go through either the polygraph, which is your lie detector test, or you're going to go through your MMPI, which is here in Oklahoma. I don't know what's called in another state, which is your psych eval test. You're going to take those, and then you also have to take a physical to make sure you're healthy and you're not about to die. Yada, yada, yada. So you're going to get through those, and once you get through those, you'll probably have a little bit more interview stuff. A lot of paperwork. So then once you're done with that, you're either going to go to your FTO first or you're going to go to the academy first. It just depends. Some agencies, like I couldn't get fit into the academy in time, so I did my FTO before the academy, which is your field training. After I got done with field training, then I went to the academy. After I got done with the academy, I got back out and I had like a little refresher training thing, but pretty much I was thrown back out on the road and ready to go. Just kind of depends. Like here in Oklahoma, a lot of agencies, it's 16 weeks of the academy and 16 weeks of FTO, and there's some agencies where you have a year of FTO. It just depends where you go and how big the agency is. I work for a small agency that runs a real big structured FTO, but I love the agency I'm on. This was not my first choice. I didn't even know this agency existed. Never heard of this city that I work in. Never heard of the county I work in. But I couldn't be happier. That's the prime example of you might not get the first agency that you really, really want. Don't be scared to apply for other agencies. When I moved back to Oklahoma from the beach, I really had this city in mind. I want this city, I want this city, I want this city. They weren't hiring at that time. Well, I noticed the county that I work for now, they were hiring. I was like, you know what, I might as well do it. So I applied. I could not be happier. I love my agency. We are a tight-knit family. We're a smaller agency, but I love my agency I work for. And that's what I don't want you to be doing, is I don't want you to pass up on an agency that could be the perfect fit for you because you think you want this agency. There's been horror stories where people get on a certain agency, a PD, that they really want to get on, and they get pushed out, and then the next thing you know, they don't want to do law enforcement just because of that one bad experience. You never know. The best thing I can say is try a bunch of different ones until you get it. Like I said, you might not get it the first try. Keep trying. Do not give up. A lot of people do not get it that first time. With all that being said, those are pretty much the process that you're going to do to get hired and how you get into law enforcement. Some places require you have a bachelor's degree, some places do not. I have an associate in applied sciences for police science from Oklahoma State. I loved it. It was a cool degree to get, but my agency didn't require me to have it. I'm glad I have it, just because it kind of helped me go through the academy with all the legal blocks, so you're kind of ahead of the class and not as bored when you're in that class because you already know a lot of it. Or you can be more bored, like I was. It just kind of depends. You never know. The academy is amazing. I'll do another video of the academy if people want me to. This is kind of just a rundown of how you apply and get hired. If this is the kind of video that you guys are wanting to see, please let me know. This is something that I want to do. I enjoy doing this. I could not do this without every single one of you. On TikTok, you guys have blown up my profile, and it's amazing to me. I am beyond blessed with it. It's crazy that people want to watch me and talk with me and interact with me, and it blows my mind to the point where I love it. I love this profession. So, that being said, I'll end the video here. Just let me know if this is something that you guys would like to see on top of the other content I plan on doing. I'm just taking a little bit of time to make sure I don't want to half-ass it and then people not like my stuff. So please give me a comment or review. Tell me what you think. If you hate it, tell me. I can take criticism. I get called names on a daily basis. Please just tell me honest opinions. Hey, this is something I want to know. And if you have a question of something that I can't answer on TikTok that you ask, or even if you don't even get on TikTok, you just found me on here. If there's a question you have that I can answer, let me know, and I'll try to answer it, whether I'm doing it like this or doing it with a camera, sitting there and talking to the camera. I just thought I'm drive it home. Let's give this a shot, put some content out. So again, please let me know what you guys think. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I love y'all. I could not do it without y'all. You guys have a happy holidays.